hopes and expectations, black holes and revelations, and our hopes and expectations, black holes and revelations.
We are the Muses, goddesses of the arts and proclaimers of heroes.
Heroes like Hercules.
Honey, you mean Huncules. Ooh, I'd like to make some sweet music
Our
with his...
story actually begins long before Hercules, many eons ago. Back when the world was new, the planet Earth was down on its luck. And everywhere gigantic brutes called Titans ran amok.
It was a nasty place. There was a mess wherever you stepped.
Where chaos reigned and earthquakes and volcanoes never slept.
Woo! Say it, girlfriend!
And then along came Zeus. He hurled his thunderbolt. He said,
Lock those suckers in a ball.
they're trying on his own, stop chaos in its tracks. And that the gospel time was too tight and to just relax. And that's the world's first dish.
Yeah, baby.
Zeus tamed the globe while still in his youth.
Though honey, it may seem impossible, that's the gospel.
Hi there. Welcome to Muse, Demeter's Despair, a one-night competition show to find out which one of my godly sisters will impress the gods. My name is Calliope, Gothic goddess of epic poetry and eldest muse. Today I am joined by an incredible group of drag artists who are here to show us everything they have to offer. The task is simple. Embody a goddess of the arts in a runway presentation and digital drag performance. The winner of Muse will receive a custom style wig by me over at Muse Stylings, valued at $200. This time, unfortunately, a few of our cast members could not participate this time around, and being a competition, it's hard to find replacements so quickly. So today we have 4 muses, and they will be competing for the crown. Hello, and welcome to Muse, Demeter's Despair. Tonight, I have 4 incredible guest judges for all of you to enjoy. A couple new faces and a couple old faces, but let's just get right on. First up, I have Trish of the House of Goth. Hello, Trish. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. We got our furs on. Ooh,
Fake.
yes.
It's faux. All vegan.
Yeah.
All vegan furs here.
I mean, this was about $3, so it has to be fake.
Oh, definitely. This I don't know. I'm pretty sure I stole this.
Oh. Next up, another member of the House of Goth. This is Obsidienne Absurd. Hi, Obsidienne. Ooh, giving us Heat Miser.
Something like that. Many eyeballed Heat Miser, the all-seeing, all-knowing, whatever this is.
Not to trot.
Yes. Next up, another member of the House of Goth. This is Trash Muffin.
Hello.
Hello, Trash. We got our furs on. Yay. This is our idea of winter. It's just fur. Just a fuzzy hat. And our last guest judge for tonight is actually the winner of last month's Muse. This is Medusha.
Get in your douche.
Wait, fuck. Hold on. It's not. I have nails on. Okay, this is not.
Oh, brag about it.
Hi.
Hello.
I have to brag about it because it's like the thing about my look.
Oh my god.
Can y'all see me yet?
No.
I clicked the damn button. Hold the frick.
There you are. Okay, we got there. Tonight, the contestants will be judged on not only the embodiment of their muses, but also the added theme of winter. So why don't we just hop right in? Now that we know our judges, it's time to meet our muses. The first part of their challenge tonight is to create a runway presentation that embodies their muse with the added challenge of abiding to the theme of winter. The name of the show, Demeter's Despair, is based on the myth of Persephone and Demeter. Demeter is the goddess of the harvest, and her daughter Persephone was stolen by Hades. It is said that wintertime occurs because of Demeter's despair, for when her daughter has to stay in the underworld for the 6 months of winter. The competitors are tasked with this runway presentation, and they can earn up to 10 points for this portion of the competition. Good luck!
But our dreams are I'm collapsing in stellar clouds of gas. What words just can't convey. Feel me. Don't let the sun in your heart decay. Or will you show me mercy? We've expelled the goodness from our hearts. Are you here just to prove you're winning? Can we roll up and ride out this electrical storm? We destroyed something beautiful. We have faith, but our truths are not the same. No, don't give up. Don't let the magic leave us. Stop the loneliest force becoming king of the universe. Hear me. What words just can't convey. Feel me. Don't let the sun in your heart decay. Don't give up. Don't let the magic leave us. We're collapsing in stellar clouds of gas.
First up, we're going to talk about Jamie D. Bauchery as Euterpe, the goddess of music. Oh, what did you think of their runway?
I thought that there's a stunning you look absolutely stunning in red hair. The silhouette that you chose for your look was very, very flattering, and you totally sold the outfit. And you interacted with your location really, really well. However, the outfit is incredibly simple, and I think it is an extremely safe choice considering that I didn't get anything about your muse from your runway.
Trash, what did you think?
I'm on the same page. I think that the look was quite simple. The one thing that I will say going for you is that you chose a really good location for your muse, because it does look like your look and your muse would have been in a music video with the location that you chose.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily about your look. That's about the location. So it's a little mix up for me. I'm not 100% sold on the idea.
Trish, what did you think?
When I looked at it, the first thing that came to my mind was, is it supposed to be kind of like a 90s diva moment? Because that's kind of what I was getting. My like kind of critique side for that is that if that's what you meant to do, that's great. But I don't know if that's what you meant to do. It doesn't seem intentional enough. But I think you look stunning.
Medusha, what did you
Sorry.
think? What did you think of Jamie?
So, Jamie, I have to agree with the other judges. I definitely didn't see your muse. I sort of figured out which muse you were by process of the other girls were first, and I was also missing some boobses on that outfit. I think you can with padding and stuff, you can really proportion your body in a way that is more flattering, maybe. And I think that's something to think about. But I know that you were filming in Gulf of Mexico water in the middle of January. And that was, I know that it was, and it gagged me that you did that in your runway video. So I do have to really commend you on that because you were still giving face. That water was probably like 40 degrees and you did not let that show on your face at all. So I really have to commend you for that because that was a serve.
Yes. Jamie, I would have to agree. Unfortunately, there's really no embellishments to show us that you are the muse of music, and really like out, it's really just a white dress. I really love your hair. That wig is amazing, and I really like the way that you do your makeup. Next up, we have Luxa Mars as Cleo, the goddess of history. Trish, what do you think?
So, Luxa, you had a picture that was like so stunning. It was the pose with your arm kind of in front of your face. Your body language in that picture spoke even more volumes than your outfit did. I liked the giant tome with the snowflakes in it. You embodied your muse, which in an incredible way. You looked like a painting. It was great. I loved it. Stunning.
Obsidienne, what do you think of Luxa?
I have to agree with everything just said. I think that the silhouette is really stunning. I like how the detail of the book seems to be almost the same as the detail on the wrists and your corset. I think that you have a really great use of that wonderful, wonderful flowing hair. I could definitely tell what your muse was. So very, very good job.
Trash, what do you have to say to Luxa?
Yeah, so I think Luxa did a very good job. I think you did a really good job with marrying both the holiday theme and the muse theme. I could tell exactly what muse you were, but I also think that you did really well with incorporating the holiday into it with the snowflakes and the stole. My only critique is that I feel like it's all one note. It's just white on white on white on white. I felt like maybe a black belt would have cut some of it a little better, and it wouldn't have had like the whole white, 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 white. So that's my only critique for you.
All right, Luxa, I think you did a really great job at embodying your muse. I love your massive book. That was so cool. And I love that you had you incorporated your prop. You thought about what it was going to do in your runway, which I really commend you on. Like, even just having like snowflakes in it was so effective. My one critique would be actually just for your runway video, it was very zoomed out. Like, I know you walked all the way to the camera, but I would like to see you basically. Like, I want to see you before you start walking, you know? Like it was just too far from the camera for me. But I think your performance in the actual runway was spectacular. So great job, Luxa. Okay, so we're gonna move on to Sev, and they are embodying Thalia, the goddess of comedy. Medusha, what critiques do you have for Sev?
So I have to say, I really do enjoy this look. I really like this. I really like this look. I'm loving the volume in this hair, and I got the muse from the makeup. You know, comedy. You're giving me like the clown but sort of like a nightmare clown a bit, which of course Medusha gonna love. And I love your nails too. I can tell that you have a good attention to detail, which is why I'm like looking at your feet and wondering why they're a different color than your legs. And it's really throwing me out of it. And something that could have helped that is if the dress hit the floor and covered the feet. But other than that, I think it's a really strong look. I think you look really elegant and spooky at the same time. And you embody your muse. So good job.
Oh, what do you have to say to Sev?
So everyone else has said this is a really effective look. It's very, very clean in some elements, but for me, there are some elements that could have been paid better attention to. I think that the drapery of the dress shows your shapewear. I think that sort of removes me from the element a little bit more. The silhouette of your hair plus the nails with the backlit choices of your photos and the runway was so effective and beautiful. I just think that in order to make a more dynamic shape, it would have been better if you had streamlined your form a bit more and perhaps had a bit more drapery going on. But other than that, I really appreciate the gladiator sandal. That's a nice little detail. And I really liked your presentation of the look.
Trish.
Hi, Sev. How are you? As everybody else said, I think this look is incredibly effective. Your makeup skills are immaculate. I loved your photos. You chose some incredible locations and really good lighting and settings, and though your poses, your body language was it played this character that was like the story was being told on your face was also being told in your body, which I loved, and it was incredible. I have a problem with this hair a little bit. It feels like it doesn't do enough justice for the rest of the look. I feel like you could have had something a little bit more teased out, a little bit more crazy, or a little more elegant and some body waves or an updo that to really sell this kind of like ice queen aesthetic that you have going on. Yeah, but it's a great look. You look beautiful.
Yes, Sev, I think you did a really great job. I really, really love your hair and makeup. I disagree with Trish, but I really love your ratty wig. If I were to do it, I would probably do a longer wig, but that's like a small detail. You really reminded me of Dracmorda Boulay. You reminded me of Jimbo. It was really awesome, but like in the full shot, the bottom half of you really it really kind of destroys it for me. I really wish your dress had like a really long train. I know you're like walking through the streets of Philly and we don't want to get our white dress dirty, but I think that would have added to the comedy thing, even if there's like stuff stuck in the train. I don't know. Yeah, I feel I really would like a longer dress with this. It really kind of took me out, but your waist up shot, I mean, is stunning. So great job, Sev. Thank you so much. Okay, and lastly, we have Sweet Boy as Melpomene, the goddess of tragedy. Oh, what did you think of Sweet Boy's runway?
I think that there's a lot of interesting things going on here. It's obvious that every detail that's on your outfit was very well thought out. It is clear to me who your muse is. But apart from that, I have to say there's a lot of styling choices that sort of conflict with each other that overall paint a picture that looks a little bit costumey. And it sort of makes you look a little bit less luxe. I can sort of see sort of the craftier elements, such as your headpiece. And I think that there are some issues with your makeup that I have, especially with certain proportions. But overall, I think that it's clear that you put thought behind everything. And that is really, really nice to see.
Yes. Trash, what do you have to say?
So I think that you did the challenge very well with the balancing of your muse and the holiday version of it. It's definitely obvious that you went for more of a campy route, which I feel like if you were going to go for a more campy route, go there. It's tragedy, and I feel like something needs to happen. Maybe like you have a stab wound in your chest and there's red blood coming out. That would have added some more camp to it. Plus, it would have also added a different color than just white and blue. It would have been a good contrast. Also, not a fan. Once you take away all the props, I'm not a huge fan of the execution of the look itself, where it's the corset, which is really, really elegant, and then you kind of just have a sheet wrapped around you as like the tail of the dress. It kind of cheapens the look a little bit.
Yeah, so Sweet Boy, I understood who you were trying to embody right away. I think that you checked all of those boxes. You hit the theme, you hit your muse. Unfortunately, the styling does kind of, it's pretty lackluster. The one thing I'll highlight is your shoes. They aren't really highlighted in the pictures that you submitted, but unfortunately in the runway you did have some close-up shots, and it looks like sneakers wrapped in fabric. And while I'm not against boot covers, I am against like those shoes, essentially. So that's, I mean, the styling, I know you're a younger queen in the game, and I really love all of the makeup looks that you do. I think
keep going.
I think you're going to be amazing down the line. Unfortunately, I just think the styling for a full body shot, I think the styling was a little bit lacking for me. Well, thank you, Sweet Boy. The next portion of the show is where our competitors can really show who they are and how well they can exemplify their goddess. I've asked my sisters to prepare a pre-recorded digital drag performance exemplifying their muses and showcasing all of their talents for us. The competitors can earn up to 20 points for this portion of the competition, so it better be good. Let's watch. First up tonight is Jamie D. Bauchery, tonight as Euterpe, the goddess of music.
You don't wanna see me bratty. Pet the kitty, call me caddy. Make your man call me daddy. He talk too much, he's too chatty. CEO, I'm savvy. Respect a bitch, I'm a maverick. Flexible, so elastic, but don't you dare bend the bitch backwards. Fuck a princess, I'm a king. Bow down and kiss on my ring. Being a bitch is my kink. What the fuck else did you think? Fuck a princess, I'm a king. Bow down and kiss on my ring. It's gonna hurt, it'll sting. Spitting the blood in the sink. I'm crazy, but you like that. I'll buy it back. Daisies on your nightstand. Never forget it. Blossom in the moonlight. Screw eyes, glacier with the blue eyes. I'm terrifying. I'm no Cinderella, but I like the shoes. Big glass platforms, bitch, I'm choosy. Long blue hair, blue as a bruise. Only trust a fella for some light amusement. I'm no prey, but I am pursued. Pray for me, Nana, on the church's pews. No distraction, can't confuse me. Whiskey on my hip flask, nothing fruity. Fuck a princess, I'm a king. Bow down and kiss on my ring. Being a bitch is my kink. What the fuck else did you think? Fuck a princess, I'm a king. Bow down and kiss on my ring. It's gonna hurt, it'll sting. Spitting the blood in the sink. I'm crazy, but you like that. I'll buy it back. Daisies on your nightstand. Never forget it. Blossom in the moonlight. Screw eyes, glacier with the blue eyes. I'm terrifying, but you like that. I'll buy it back. Daisies on your nightstand. Never forget it. Blossom in the moonlight. Screw eyes, glacier with the blue eyes. I'm terrified. terrifying. I'm terrifying. I'm terrifying.
Okay, that was Jamie D. Bauchery as Euterpe, the goddess of music. So, what do we think?
I can start.
Go for it. Go for it.
I really appreciate the fact that was, I think everyone can agree with this, that was your original voice. Like that's very impressive. I think you have a beautiful tone to your voice. And I think it was really impressive that you chose this song. I think it's sort of difficult to capture the essence musically, and I think you did a great job. I thought it was cool that shot with the green screen behind you in your garage. Like that's kind of like, it sort of reminds me like MTV, like early aughts, like vibes with like sort of the chaotic transitions. I thought that was cool, but I didn't really understand why you used that shot.
I really like that shot a lot. I also like the weird animation dancing of that, like the animated girl that was just dancing. I like that a lot.
Same. And it was wearing the same outfit as her. It was her.
Which
like,
was sickening.
That attention to detail was crazy.
I just wish that there was a couple, like there was just a little bit more variety in the shots. I feel like there could have been, you had this kind of like retro like anime theme that you had in the green screen. You could have had a couple like of those gifs just kind of play just to break up all the standing, you know?
I don't think she really needed more shots if she was moving. Like it was very like, and it's not a song that you need to be just planted for. So I would have loved to see some movement because it was kind of just this the whole time. I mean, this is a really good pose, but yeah, I really like all your editing. Sometimes it did get a little bit like too much movement, like just stay on the same screen for a couple seconds and don't flush it away. I don't know.
I agree. I think I struggled with like there just being no sort of progression of any kind. It was very much just bouncing back and forth between the same few shots. And that said, like I agree with Ob and whoever else said it. I love the tone of her voice. I especially with a song like this, a good minute to like really figure out like, oh shit, this is them, like because you were so good. I feel like it should, like it can't go without saying that this might not have been the most original idea.
I don't know if that's necessarily a negative because like if you can sing, do it. Like it I understand why you would kind of say that, but I think it was amazing.
I just don't want the music muse to become the singing muse.
That's very fair. I see that.
You know?
I think specifically this muse probably has the easiest and the hardest job because it's music. And so obviously you're doing a performance. So it's like automatically the muse itself because you're doing a performance, whether it's a lip sync or actually singing. But there's a caveat to that where like there's not much you can do with it. You can sing, you can play an instrument, and you chose singing, and I think that your singing voice was very well done. And I think the song choice you chose was very well done for what you were giving. It kind of gives me like a lo-fi vibe, like an underground kind of music video.
Girl, lo-fi?
I was gonna say.
Yes, lo-fi. Sure. Listen, I've had like an hour of sleep. I'm tired. But it's very much that. And I think that you did well with what you presented, but it was also kind of
predictable.
Yeah, it didn't wow me.
One note.
Yeah, I think it would have been an amazing and standout performance in a show. I don't know if it stands out here only because you chose music and there was no story at all. Like it's a good song. You did it well.
Yeah. I also will say that like your ability to like recording vocals is really hard, and like mastering that audio, like mastering a voice is really hard to do, and it was balanced very well with the music. So, and it had good compression and reverb, so I can tell that you know what you're doing with that, and I really appreciate that as a music person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Overall, really good job, Jamie. Thank you so much. Yeah. Next up is Luxa Mars, tonight as Cleo, the goddess of history.
In the spring of 1315, there began an era of unpredictable weather. It did not lift until 1851. You'll remember 1816 as a year without a summer. June 1816, a sudden snowstorm blankets all the countryside. So Mary Shelley had to stay inside and she wrote Frankenstein. Oh, 1816 was the year without a summer. No, it was brought indoors in urns and pots. It go from 95 degrees to freezing within hours. Ooh, a brutal struggle for the people and the starving livestock. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of this little ice age, we look for scapegoats to blame. Many people try to blame it all on a vast Freemason conspiracy. Oh, Benjamin Franklin and his experiments with electricity. The eruption of the volcano Tambora. Was the real cause discovered by some explorer. Years later, looking back at the past. Yeah, 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 I will give you my red color to take away your sickly pallor. For you were a very choleric complexion. Please beware the mountain sun and all injection.
Okay, next we have Luxa Mars as Cleo, the goddess of history. So what do we think of Luxa?
I loved it. I thought it was great. I really can appreciate when a queen sings live. You have a gorgeous voice, right? So this song is a really good choice because it has a good story in the words, and it has a really artistically musical way that it's written, right? And you have a lot of these like riffs that, or they're not necessarily like really long drawn out riffs, you know. You have the one that's on yeah, and the ooh, those two things. I invite you kind of to like think about what those riffs mean in the context of the song, so that you can deliver them in a way that supports the riff, if that makes sense. Because those things, those are sounds that you make when you are feeling something intensely, and they mean something. You know, you don't riff for no reason unless you're an asshole. So think about that. I invite you to think about that.
Yeah, I really like Luxa's. It told a really good story. I mean, she was history. She got it down amazing, but it was also like, it was a really, really well told story. I don't know if is that a song that she covered, or is that her song? Does anybody know?
I think
Is
it
it
was
a
covered
cover?
because
Is it
that's
cover?
I think it might be a cover.
It was a cover. I literally had to look it up because I
Okay.
was like, did this bitch make this song?
Did she write a song for this competition?
But like,
She has
that's
before,
how
so I was
good it
wondering.
was.
It was a really
And
good choice.
it was like the perfect song choice. And I mean, not even having to do like the winter theme, still nailing the winter theme, like, you know, not even a requirement, but like she just said, oh, it's winter, I'm gonna do winter anyways. But even still, it's like the history is probably one of the hardest muses to choose a song that really embodies them. And I think this just did it perfectly. And really the only critique I have is your period look, your 1850s look. I mean, if we're getting to the nitty gritty, women wouldn't have short hair back then. But that's like stupid nitty gritty stuff. Like, just like, you didn't have a period costume. What am I, Steven Spielberg? Like, you did great. I loved it.
Yeah, I thought that there was some really compelling imagery in there. I especially loved the moment when you were playing the harp and looking all real soulful like, and the deers were racing behind you. It was very dramatic. I thought I was really impressed on a number of levels. I was impressed that you conveyed history without being literal. You were telling a story where you were like, listen, y'all, I'm gonna tell you a story. You're like, no, bitch, I'm gonna tell you a motherfucking tale. And it's gonna also be winter themed. And I'm also gonna wear my runway and fit it in with the storyline. And you were like, three distinct characters. I'm sort of known for doing videos that have like a lot of interesting like parts, but no cohesive story. And I think that you definitely had a story. And I think it was great. And I'm jealous. I want you to help me out. So yeah, I'll pay PayPal you $10,000 to make my video.
My gosh.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, Lexa, it was really, really, really well done. Like, the only little critique I would have, the green screen was a little rough in sets sometimes. But that's like a lighting thing. Like, I'm really not good at all the lighting that goes into having a well done green screen. So like, that's just like really the only thing I could even begin to find. It was really good. Josh, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, I agree. I think it matched the Muse almost perfectly. The only thing that I could say extending is I kind of agree with Trish a little bit, where there's kind of sometimes it was almost disconnected, where there were parts where like it was supposed to be a build up and not necessarily there was a build up. And so it was kind of a little disconnected for me anyways. That's a personal opinion. But it was really good. I like the visuals of it. I like the looks that you did. I like pretty much everything about it. It was pretty spot on. Good job.
Yeah, great job, Luxa. Thank you so much.
Next up is Sev, tonight as Thalia, the goddess of comedy.
Come on now, just do it. Stop stalling.
Because it is dangerously cold outside. You can get frostbite in just a matter of mere minutes.
Really not that bad, you little bitch. You may even enjoy it this time. Just rip the band-aid off. Come on, do it before you fucking chicken out again.
Oh, doing it hurts out. I've got to go away. Baby, it's cold outside.
Remember to breathe, flex your knees, and give it your all.
Like I said, it does hurt being out here.
Motherfucking Sev, get on with it already. Now fucking do it already.
You can run free, I won't hold it against you. You do your thing, never wanted a future. Fuck if I knew how to put it romantic. Speaking my truth, there's no need to panic. No, let's not put a label on it. Let's keep it fun. We don't put a label on it, so we can run free. Yeah, I wanna be free like you. I'm a cool girl. I'm a cool girl. Ice cold, I roll my eyes at you, boy. I'm a cool girl. I'm a cool girl. Ice cold, I roll my eyes at you, boy. Rules you don't like, but you still wanna keep 'em. Said you were fine, so for whatever reason. Sure we can chill, try and keep it platonic. Now you can tell if I'm really ironic. No, let's not put a label on it. Let's keep it fun. We don't put a label on it, so we can run free. Yeah, I wanna be free like you. I'm a cool girl. I'm a cool girl. Ice cold, I roll my eyes at you,
Okay, so that was Sev as Thalia, the goddess of comedy. So what do we think of Sev?
Wow. Beach to the punch, douche. So first of all, us Philly girls are so lucky. We have such a beautiful city to record in. Like there's so many shots that were so great. And I like, girl, you're going out in a crop top jacket in these side streets, in these alleyways, this wind. Sis, I hope you got cocoa butter. That shit's gonna be torn up, windburn.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it was funny. I love a good comedic performance. It keeps you entertained. I don't know. It was just so the changing of the jackets was so funny. It was just little tiny simple things, and you just like kept it light. It was so good. I really enjoyed the kind of the beginning where we're led to believe that we're going to be watching another snuff film, and then we end up watching something that isn't a snuff film. So that's cool.
Yeah, I really liked how you kind of led us on. I was like, what is she doing? Like, what is she talking about? But then like you didn't even have to say anything. It's just like the title screen was the punchline. Other than like I kind of got a little bit bored after like the first chorus. I was waiting for a pace change because it like all of the punchlines kind of got beat out of that song. So I was like waiting for more voiceovers. I was waiting for something to happen. You were very funny throughout. I was just looking for bigger highs and bigger like lows, I guess, because it was kind of like that. I wanted more bigger punchlines, basically.
Dynamic more.
Yeah, which you had at the beginning and also at the end. I was just like a little bit. It was a lull, pretty much the whole middle, for me.
I'd have to agree with that. I lost my shit at the Always Sunny bit at the very beginning. I was like, this is a smart bitch who knows what's up. I did find that the energy sagged in the middle, and I kind of think that I wonder if maybe if you had a different makeup on for some of that, if you had been able to use your eyes to maybe tell more of a story. I kind of feel like the first gag was hilarious because of just that you were really stoic. You were like sitting on your stoop, and I was like, LOL, haha. This song is funny. She's a comedy queen. But I feel like if you wanted to do that again, you'd have to do something extremely different, maybe a different type of shot, or maybe different lighting. Maybe you could have been inside, like with the fridge open or something like that. Something totally weird and out of left field, because I think it's pretty ridiculous what you did. I had wished that I had been continually overwhelmed by weirdness. But that being said, like, this was really fun. I laughed out loud. I did.
Coming from like, I'm gonna give you some advice, Sav. You should shoot more video, so that way you have stuff to edit in between, because you had like cuts and sort of storytelling aspects in the first half of your video, but then like the entire second half of your video was just a continuous shot. And especially like that long trek up those stairs, bitch. I was like, girl, get there already. And
she could have also like added some gags, like trip on a stair, something.
I was waiting for some snow on her shoulder, some like her to like literally get frozen in place.
Her skin like peeling, her fingers falling off.
Frostbite, like there was definitely some other campy things that could have really oomphed it up, but I was entertained. I see your sense of humor, and I did think it was funny, mostly.
Mostly.
I agree. I was thoroughly entertained. The beginning was very weird, and I kind of wish it would have continued throughout. I feel like the comedy of it was mostly you putting everything on and then you taking everything off, which kind of got a little repetitive and a little boring for a 3-minute, 4-minute long video. It was just kind of over and over and over and over again the same joke, beating the dead horse, as they say. But I really enjoyed it. I was thoroughly entertained. And yeah, good job on that.
Yeah, really great job, Sev. Thank you so much.
Next up tonight is Sweet Boy as Melpomene, the goddess of tragedy.
I woke up to another mess in the living room. Broken bottles all around my feet. They came again in the night under crescent moon. Didn't wake me in my sleep. Cause they talk and drink and laugh about things and fall in love in my backyard. I hide and cower in the corner, conversations getting hard. Cause nobody seems to ask about me anymore. And nobody seems to care about anything I think. And nobody seems to recognize me in the crowd, in the background screaming, everybody look at me. And I'm fading away, and all I used to be on fire. And I'm fading away, and all I used to be on fire. I'm standing in the ashes of who I used to be. And I'm fading away, and all I used to be on fire. And all I used to be on fire. And all I used to be on fire, fire. I used to be a darling starlet like a centerpiece. Had the whole world wrapped around my ring. I flew too closely to the sun that's setting in the east. And now I'm melting from my wings. Cause I'd laugh and drink and talk about things and fall in love in my backyard. Now it's my own anxiety that makes the conversation hard. Cause nobody seems to ask about me anymore. And nobody ever cares about anything I think. And nobody seems to recognize me in the crowd, in the background screaming, everybody look at me. And I'm fading away, and all I used to be on fire. And I'm fading away, and all I used to be on fire. I'm standing in the ashes of who I used to be. But I'm fading away, and all I used to be on fire. And all I used to be on fire. And all I used to be on fire. Well, I used to be on fire. And all I used to be on fire. And all I used to be on fire. And all I used to be on fire, fire.
All right, and that was Sweet Boy as Melpomene, the goddess of tragedy. So what do we think of Sweet Boy's performance? Okay, I will say this. I think Sweet Boy went for powerful imagery. That's what I was getting. I was getting three very different and three different pictures that told a story each. Where I was lost was in your face. Your eyes were pretty much dead the whole time. And like it's hard because if you're wearing so much makeup and with lashes, and if your brows aren't in the right, are like if you draw not in the right place, but if you draw your brows too high. You can't really move them. It's like hard to get used to performing with this much makeup on. But that's where I was lost. Like it was very dead in the face, and the words were a little bit muddy as well. Like some of the beginnings of the phrases didn't seem like it was either like not synced up correctly, or you didn't really know when the phrases were starting or something. It felt a little bit muddy.
The 3 scenes that you created, it was obvious that your intentions were to portray like 3 different sides of this character that's singing. And I really want to applaud you on your creativity. Like I am a home queen as well, and I really appreciated the use of the curtain as your garment. I thought that was really cool because it's like you embodied the entirety of that scene as your own set and character. I think it would be cool if you kept that idea in mind when you create videos in the future, that you don't need to have so many props. You don't need to have so many things to be compelling and to tell a story. And if I could like actually praise someone on this judging panel, Medusha, who was the winner of Muse last time, I actually loved that her performance did that without too many extra things. I think that the use of face, like Calliope was saying, would really, really help with that. And I think that you were the most successful in that shot with the curtain for that reason. I don't think you need the flames. You don't need the extra gimmicks. You just need you, presence in front of the camera, maybe a little bit more practice recording in front of a mirror or something like that. I know I'm not a lip sync queen. I don't find that a very big strength of mine, but like I think that it helps to practice to like see what you actually look like when you are lip syncing, and I think that could just give you a bit more awareness because you don't need as much stuff as you had. So yeah.
I do have to agree that like there are creative pieces to things that you're doing. I think the images that you were trying to like portray were like there was thought behind them, you know. I guess if I had any type of like invitation or like something like constructive that like you could take, it would be to like watch music videos of songs that you like and just look at how they are shot and like seeing what you can do with what you have, because I feel like you're capable of doing that. I feel like you have the eye for those types of things, for wanting to capture a picture, for wanting to capture something that is a moment in time. I feel like you have an eye for that. So I would take it several steps forward and just start looking at music videos and seeing how you can apply techniques that you're seeing in those to your own work, because you can do it.
I think a strong performance, especially to like songs that aren't incredibly popular. Like Halsey's a popular performer, but I didn't know that song either. A really good performance will tell you what the song is about without you having to listen to the lyrics. Obviously, it helps if you know the lyrics, then you know what the song is supposed to be doing. But again, like your
Well,
face,
a proper portrayal of the song, you would be able to understand the lyrics.
yeah, like
because they go hand in hand.
You should be performing the lyrics of the song. We shouldn't have to be listening to like connect the dots. Like you should be doing that for us.
I want to commend you specifically. I liked all 3 looks, but I want to commend you specifically on that curtain look, because to me, that was the most conceptual of the 3. It gave me almost Bob Mackie vibes. I even like how it was red, because it kind of is a throwback to like old stage curtains, which reads into the Muse and the tragedy of it. It also kind of reminds me of, like, since it was that red color, the flames that were also portrayed in your video, especially with like the upward motion that the curtain or the curtains gave. It kind of reminded me of fire. So it was kind of like a visual representation of like the actual stage on fire, which I really, really enjoyed. I'm a conceptual queen, so I love things like that. And that might not have been what you were going for, but that's what I got out of it. And that's something that as drag queens, we kind of have to do, is kind of bring out those kind of emotions or those visuals out in the audience. And I think you, with that specific look, I think you did that perfectly.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sweet boy. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Muse, Demeter's Despair. And thank you to all of our wonderful performers. You gave an amazing show. I'd also like to thank my special guest judges this month. Like to thank specifically Medusha. Medusha, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on your win from last month. Yeah, and where can we find you, Medusha, online?
Oh, well, you can find me shopping for lashes and winning the drag gauntlet here in a few weeks. Check it out at the drag gauntlet.
All right, goodbye, Medusha.
Bye, have a good night.
Oh, shit. And thank you so much, Trash, for being here as our extra special guest. Where can we find you on social media? Are you done?
Yes. Thank you so much. You can find me at A Trash Muffin. Goodbye.
Bye. And Obsidienne Absurd, thank you so much for joining us once again on Muse. Where can we find you?
So on Instagram, I am at Obsidienne Absurd, just my name with 2 O's. And I'm currently bopping around in various shows that you can figure out when they're happening if you're on my socials. Yeah, thanks for having me. See you very soon.
Goodbye. It was a good show, right? We got our matching little furs, looking gorgeous. Well, Trish, it's time to go. So where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter being an absolute buffoon. That's at low poly waifu. That's low like my balls, poly like the pocket, waifu like the wife. And you can also find me in your local Wawa being a rat.
Yeah, I bet you'll run into Sev at some point.
I hope. She looks like a good time.
Okay, well, goodbye. Goodbye. Well, thank you all so much for watching Muse, Demeter's Despair. Please make sure to tip all of the competitors, pay the door cover if you are able to, follow all of the queens and all of our guest judges, and results will be up shortly. Tonight I'm going to be revealing results a little bit differently than I normally would. Since there's only 4 competitors tonight, I will be revealing all 4 placements. Usually I would only reveal the winner and the runner-up, but tonight is extra special. So, in 4th place, in Muse, Demeter's Despair, is Jamie D. Bauchery. 3rd place is Sweet Boy. 2nd place is Sev, which means our winner tonight of Muse, Demeter's Despair, is Luxa Mars. Congratulations, Luxa. Congratulations to all of our amazing performers tonight. Thank you all for watching tonight. I want to give a special thank you to all of our performers. You've made an amazing show. Thank you to all of our supporters, everybody who watched, and all of my guest judges. Please, if you have not already, please go follow all of my guest judges and all of my performers. They work so hard to create amazing content, and they deserve the following. Yeah. Well, please make sure, if you can, to pay the door cover. It's a $10 suggested donation that helps make Muse possible, and also will help tip our performers. Please tip them directly if you can as well.
And again, thank you so much to everyone who watched, everyone who competed. Thank you for an amazing show. And good night. I'll see you in the afterlife.
Get it, ladies! Shout it from the mountain tops. A star is born. It's a time for pulling out the stops. A star is born. Honey, hit it with a highlight. The kid came shining through the thing that's shine. I'll blow your heart. A star is born. He's a hero who can